Yes, you already shooting?
Yeah,
Oh,
we are
okay.
ready. We are ready on the work.
Okay, nice. Would be nice. Yeah.
So we have with us Nelson, who is a peculiar sculpture that comes from where?
You mean the sculptor? I come from Curacao. That's Caribbean island, Dutch Caribbean island. Yeah, I came to Holland in 1964. I studied in Holland. Also went to Academy of Art. I did sculpturing. I finished the academy in 1980, and then yeah, for 40 years, I'm a sculptor, professional sculptor, and yeah, that's it.
But dear Green Souls, he is a sculptor, but we have Nelson here for a peculiar reason. Because he has a special attitude toward Mother Earth. and that is what we are really interested in.
Oh, wow. Wow. Especially like in our culture, the Mother Earth, you know, in every culture where people live with the nature, the Mother Earth is one of the most important goddess. It's actually what you know. I'm coming from a colonial island. So what Christianity did is every culture that was connecting with nature, they did genocide.
Oh.
Right? Because that was a devilish religion. But still, you can kill the body, but you cannot kill the mind, right? So still, Mother Nature is very important, especially like some of those countries, like South America, like Suriname, where my father came from. When you go and eat something, you have to give to Mother Earth first, and then you start eating. I come from this little island called Curacao, and it's a very rocky island. So we call Mother Earth, we call Mother Rock. It has also to do that those, I say, black women, they're very big.
Yeah.
And Curacao is a small island, so all the men are leaving the island. So most families are brought up by the woman, and we call them Mother Rock. So if you see my sculpture in the Fondo Park, you see those rocky things. But what is very important in this sculpture is that a lot of people put flowers into the holes. So actually it's a ritual to acknowledge your pain and then transform the pain to power. Right? Because the woman, the Mother Rock statue came there because of the killing of a Italian guy, Kerwin Lucas, in 1983. He's from the same island as where I come from.
Oh.
And he was killed in the center of Amsterdam. It was a racist murder. Actually, the municipality asked me to make a sculpture from Kerwin. I said, no, please don't do it. Otherwise, it's only a remembering. Let me do a symbol that will bind everybody. Because in all cultures, they know the Mother Earth. And if Mother Earth lose a child, I mean, it could be hurting, but you can also put a flower in it and then you transform it to power.
I see.
That's how it works.
Oh, well, you took a big risk to do such a peculiar sculpture in those
in those
years
days,
that were so full of frictions.
Yeah, when the murder was in 1983, and then we had an Italian community. They wanted to have this monument in Amsterdam, but the municipality didn't want it because they say there is no racism in Amsterdam or in Holland. So the Italian community had to do a hard fight. Due to this process, I heard in June 1984, Nelson, can you make something that has to be on field in August 84?
Wow! My God.
Yeah, and I never did a big sculpture, big monument before. I just came from the academy, so I was still in my.
Because you work with bronze.
I work with bronze, yeah.
So it's an entire process you have to manage.
Yeah, you have to manage. I didn't manage that well in 1984. Now I.
You were like 30?
31. I was 31. I was still 31 then. So I had to I had 1 month to make it and 1 month to do it in bronze. 2 months only. Actually, it was. Actually, if you look back, it wasn't good that they forced me to do it in 2 months, because for such a important monument, they have to give you a year. You cannot impose to an artist to make a sculpture in 2 months. I mean, also 2 months you also have the bronze, right?
But there was a special need at that time.
I don't know. They could have given, say, Nelson.
In some way, your sculpture created a relaxation.
That's true. I understand.
It was a symbol.
Yeah, no, I understand. But the way of the thinking of municipality, say, okay, make this sculpture of the guy and put it there, and then it's okay.
Is there anything
that
you remember that was very emotional for you at those times?
The thing is that I had to decide if I take the assignment. So I don't know where I got this power from inside. Say yes, but then it's why like magic came around me. At a certain moment, because I had little time to make it, at certain moment I got help from outside. Like one thing was very strange for me, that they told me, listen, go to the Vondel Park and look for space. So if you fresh from the academy, you don't look at the bigger space. Like if you're a dancer, you don't gonna dance alone in a theater. You look for a small space.
Yeah.
So I was looking for space, and then I met my brother. My brother told me, what are you doing? I said, yeah, I found the space over there. He said, no, the space has to be here. I said, well, yeah, we're going to do it here. I said, but how do I? He said, I'm going to help you. So he said, what do you want? I said, I want somebody around me that fix everything so I can focus on my sculpture. So he did, had some people around me, but also because I was very fresh. So before you make a big sculpture, you have to weld the armature. I did weld the armature, but it wasn't that strong. So after 2 weeks, the sculpture.
Wow, my God! What you did?
Yeah. So it was when I was making the sculpture, right? And then when I came and I saw the sculpture down, then a guy came on a motor. My brother asked him to help me, but he said no. But then he came and said, listen, I come here to help you. But he didn't know the sculpture was there on the ground. So he did the welding.
So he has been sanded by the universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got different little peculiar help to create that masterpiece.
Yeah.
Because it is a masterpiece.
Yeah. Okay.
In some way, that work created you as an artist.
Yeah. Okay.
Officially.
Officially, yeah. That's the way. It's also when we do our rituals, the first one we sing to is Mother Earth. You have a lot of deities, but you start with Mother Earth. And it's not only the song, it's also the drum, it's also the dance. So that's the first one. And this is also the first, the first monument I made. And it has no feet because I want it rooted in the soil of Amsterdam. And the roots are going to Africa. So, but after this, it was my first monument. I said, no, I'm going to close my studio. I have a lot to learn. So then I went deep.
Yeah.
Very deep, and trying to know what bronze pouring is and all those things.
What is bronze for you? What represents?
It's I call it I work with wax. So there's wax has a different energy than in bronze. So what you do when you start the process of making the sculpture, So you start from the thinking to the form. That's already a process where you use female forms and men forms. But then the wax go into a form, a womb. We call it a womb. It go into the fire, and then you melt the wax out. So you use all the elements, and then you put bronze in, and then you get a higher energy sculpture. So we call it the alchemy process.
Yes, it is.
It is a process. And what I notice is not a process outside of you, it's a process inside. Because if I look back to all my sculptures, I can see exactly which stepping stones I focus on. And a lot of assignments are coming to me. So like a few years ago, I had to do this big horse, and I'm not a horse sculptor. I never know anything about horse, but I say, okay, there must be a reason why this horse is coming to me. And horse has some kind of energy. In all the stories, mythology, they have this energy. So I just accept it because it's part of me.
Yeah.
Right. So actually, everything that comes to me also. Chiara,
what did you learn when you did the horse?
How did I learn it? Maybe you read about my history. Also, I'm a dancer. I do African dance. I open here also with the African dance. I did a dance here on the soil. So in the African dance, a lot of movements we do like rhythm and how animal dance. So for me, walking behind the horse, what I did, I like to see the rhythm. So it was very easy to be the horse. And if you are the horse, then you're making yourself. So I didn't really, I'm not a sculptor that I look at the horse, that's a form. No, I look through the horse. I see the rhythm, I see the light, I see everything. And then I start making the horse. But I'm not making horse.
I see.
I'm making myself.
You are an alchemist.
Yeah. yeah.
That's why you create this peculiar sculpture.
Okay, thanks.
I would like to ask you, what kind of sculpture could be able to give peace to the world in this moment?
You mean sculpture?
Yeah.
Sculpture. What kind of sculpture?
What do you see possible?
What I see possible is actually we are all in a process to our higher self. For being in this process to our higher self, we have to acknowledge the fact that we see beauty in all, right? There's few sculptures. Next year I'm going to unveil a sculpture in Slovakia. There's a bridge between Slovakia and Hungary. And at the part of Slovakia on the bridge, there's going to be a small sculpture. But Hungary is a little fascism right now, this upcoming fascism. So it's on the bridge, and I said, you only need a small touch to open your heart to save humanity. You don't need much. So I think seeing the beauties in all, that's. I think you don't have to learn anything to do it, right? You don't have to learn anything, right?
Just a gentle touch. What a beautiful image.
Yeah, just a gentle touch.
How would you represent such a magic, poetic idea?
How did I represent it?
Yeah.
I mean,
what image you have if you have to represent in a form, in a bronze form?
It's like this assignment that I do for the bridge. It's actually because bronze is very lively, right? So I made this sculpture that people have to touch before they go over the bridge.
Wow!
So by touching the form, actually they only need a simple touch,
they get the pass to go over.
To bridge to the other person. So to go over the bridge it's not the bridge to the other side, but it's the bridge inside.
It's interesting because especially in this moment where touching is not really the best condition we have to meet other.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's so important.
It's very important, especially as a sculptor also. One of the fundament of sculpturing is touching. It's also the smell of the bronze, the smell of the wax, but also touching. When I was making the horse, I went with my body to the horse. I did this, and I felt the horse. So I couldn't bring the horse into my studio. So to become the horse, I have to put it at my body.
Yeah.
And feel the warmth and feel the strength of the horse.
Yeah. And the rhythm.
And the rhythm. Rhythm is very important.
I know. I see. I would love to see you dancing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I did the opening here. With the dance with the mask.
Can you, just before to end this beautiful interview, can you share with Green Souls people that is watching this interview your best prayer for Mother Earth?
My best prayer for Mother Earth is that
the one you use sometimes when you feel the need.
Yeah, what I feel the need is sometimes is that, but it has to do with how what kind of experience I have. You know, I'm doing sculpture. I try to do outdoor sculpture everywhere, and sometimes people say don't do it, because like right now I do this thing in Italy. Other people say don't do it. Say, how can you say I don't do? I just put a seed in the ground, and now you already know what kind of tree is coming out. You don't know what kind of tree. If I put the seed in the ground, if you give it water, it could be. And now you already judge that this tree won't bear fruits. Just let me do the seed in the ground. That's kind of prayer. Let me do the seed in the ground and let the nature work on it, and then it will be something very beautiful. That's also what I did here in Italy. I mean, Chiara came into my studio with a dream, and I say, okay. And people say, don't do it. I say, how can you judge the seed if you didn't see what came out of the seed?
Yes.
Right? Don't judge it because it's on the ground. So everything I do is about putting the seed and try to make it. Yeah.
What a beautiful smile you have.
Oh wow. Yeah, okay.
Especially when you talked about the seed.
Yeah.
And with this seed, we like to say you thank you for watching this interview, and I hope you would deepen the knowledge of this man, of this artist, who did some very special masterpiece in his life.
Okay.
And I wish him can do much more in the future.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. We have with us a special mask and Elvira, who is the chairman of the Branca Foundation.
Yes.
And here with her, we'll have some explanation about this beautiful object. Can you say something?
Yes. This is a primal mask from Zaire. It's the mask representing the Urmoeder, the primal mother, universal mother, and she gives birth to humanity. And she gives birth to a son. And Nelson has a special dance with her, and he becomes him. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.